Hey guys, Sensei George here. Today we're going over sabaki skills. This is how we evade an oncoming attacker and manage our distance. So we're going to talk about one of our prime angles that we use for evasions, how to use it to escape, and how to use it to enter for a counter. So stick around to find out what would ninjas do. Ninja. So with sabaki evasions, we have to focus on our angles. So the first angle that we're going to be talking about is our prime angle of 45 degrees. And we use this to maximize our distance between escapes and being aware of follow-up cuts and punches. So today I have with me Sir Kirk Knight of Green, and we're going to be doing our skills together. So he has his sword over his head and he's getting ready to do a vertical head cut down. I'm not going to move, and so you'll see that this is where the prime angle would be. The first few inches of the blade would go through my skull and come down to my sternum if I step that not enough, and then different things I got to worry about. So he's coming in with this cut. We're proper distance and he's going to come in at. I'm going to step back off 45 degrees. And the reason I do this is because it gives me the most distance, and now I can get ready to escape, throw a shuriken, a number of other things. So I'm going to have this triangle about me when he goes to reset and he comes to do the cut again. Now I go to the opposite side, yeah? And it's a little tricky to move in the snow, but we're going to do our best out here. So our whole point with this is that as the cut comes in, I step offline to the 45 and reach, and what I want to maximize doing is getting distance so that anywhere he moves the blade doesn't get my body. And that's one of the other reasons you see me sticking this hand down to my thigh, is because if this hand was up, it would be in his range and he could lop my hand off without moving that much. And so I want to keep this hand down and glued to my thigh, and I get away. But this goes into a wide variety of other skill sets as well, dealing with punches or anything else. As Mr. Miyagi said it, the best way to not get punched is to not be there. So we use these evasions to get offline and to escape. Now the reason that I say get offline is, let's first talk about getting to the rear. So if he were in stance and now I just step back and away, I didn't get offline. So a follow-up technique could just be a thrust, it could be a second step and cut, or anything in that moment. Because I didn't get offline, he didn't get interrupted in his line of thought, so he just keep coming after me. You guys see it in MMA or boxing as well. If you have a very linear attacker against a circular attacker, they have a lot to worry about. Because while I'm attacking one way, he just moves and starts cutting me on the other. So I use that to my advantage of, if he comes to cut at me, I get offline so that way he has to turn to face me, gives me more time to escape or to counter. So now let's talk about moving in. Yeah. So now if he's in his stance, I'm going to pull out my tanto and I'm going to have it in reverse grip hidden. So now while he's in stance and he's thinking about cutting, I go ahead and I move 45 degrees in. From this posture, I can put my hand and check over his sword. So if he tries to cut me, I can go ahead and stop it. I can present my own weapon from that posture and go on from there. So this covers on both sides, is that while he comes in for the attack, I move up 45 degrees, cover, and stop that second attack from coming. And then I can follow it with my own. But the main key about this is 45. I'm going to do a roll to escape as well to cover more distance. He comes in for that cut. I move off 45 degrees, I leap, roll, and get more distance. Because I did that 45, even if you stepped and did a circle cut, I covered the most distance, and I stayed under the blade by doing a roll, making it so that I could escape the cut. So one last thing I want to bring up is the angle of 90 degrees. And how come we don't want to step out just horizontally? So if he comes in, this time we're going to do that diagonal cut down real quick, so that would cleave from one collar to the hip. Yeah. Now he comes to get ready to do that cut, and I step off 90 degrees. Because I stepped off 90 degrees, I'm still in the angle of the cut. He could rotate his hips and hit me. He can step and continue the cut from the other side, and I can't cover that distance. If I go the other way, same thing. Now he still has to turn his body to get ready to put more weight into the cut, but all he has to do is redirect it, and I'm getting cut. But just by moving off 45, I'm in on him, and he can't come out with that next thing. So now we're just going to put the sword down and off to the side for a second, and he's going to come in with a punch. Okay? When I move off 45 in, I was able to escape this punch and get to his outside. If he comes in, striking again towards the face, I move off 45 to the rear. I'm still to the outside. If he came to punch me, it wouldn't hit me, and I'm able to step in for a number of other things. Okay? So 45 degrees is our magic angle that we use to escape and get offline and maximize our distance to prevent our opponent from doing follow-up punches or cuts. And this is a very important skill that we use to make sure to not get hit, to not be there, to get offline, so we can redirect, block, counter, and move in and intercept our opponent. So, thank you guys for watching. Like, share, comment. If you have any questions, drop them down below and I'll be happy to answer. どうもありがとうございました。